Hi guys, and welcome to the first video of Matthew Makes. So today I'm going to be showing you how to download and install Roblox Studio, and also the very basics of making a game in it. The first thing you want to do is go to roblox.com/create and log into your account. Then click on Start Creating. If you don't have Roblox Studio, then it'll say Download Studio, and all you'll need to do is click it. And once Roblox Studio opens, you'll be greeted with a grid of templates. Templates are mini games that Roblox has already made for you, and you can either edit these or carry on making them. So today we're just going to select baseplate, and when the server starts up, you'll see that there is a viewport. Now, viewport is basically what the players will see when they load into your game, and it is a window to your workspace. If you open up workspace, then you can see the only thing in there, except for your viewport, which is called camera, is a baseplate, and this baseplate is a part. If you don't have Explorer or Properties or Output, then what you'll want to do is go to View and click on Explorer, Properties and Output. If you have any of the others selected, then just get rid of them because we won't be using them today and they'll just get in the way. So we want to add a part to this workspace, and so what we can do is we can either go to Home or Model and click on Parts. There are other parts options that you can use, but for now we're just going to select Block, and there are properties of this block. Right now it's called part, so we're just going to change that to floating cube. And we now have a floating cube, but there are two things that we need to add to it. One, we need to make it into a cube, and two, we need to make it floating. So we're just going to use the move tool to make it float, and we're just going to use the scale tool to make it into a cube. Problem is, with the scale tool it's not very accurate, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the size, and we're going to make it to 4 by 4 by 4. We now have a floating cube. If we play this low, then what will happen is the cube will fall to the ground because anchored is off, and anchored is basically saying it defies all Roblox physics, as Roblox has a basic physics engine, including gravity. So if we select anchored, then it will mean that it won't fall to the ground, and if we jump on it and walk around on it, then it still won't move its position in the workspace. To change the color of our part, what we'll want to do is we'll want to go to the part, and at the top there'll be color, and I'll change that to blue, and for the material I'm going to change it to neon. Okay, so if I played this now, then the cube would hover in the air, but I want it to, for the player to be able to just walk straight through the cube. So I'm going to unselect Can Collide. Now the name Can Collide is pretty self-explanatory. It means that the player can collide with the block. So if we turn that off, then the player will just pass straight through the block. I'm also going to deselect Cast Shadow, and therefore there won't be a shadow on the ground. If we play this now, then the player will pass straight through the block and there'll be no shadow. You may be asking, what's this got to do with scripting? And what scripts do is they change the properties of parts and other things whilst the game is running. So to add a script to our game, what we can do is we want to go to whatever we want to have the script about, and we can select it and click the little plus next to it. If we search in script, then three types of scripts come up. One of them is a server script, which has just been shortened to script, and one of them is a local script. Now what the server script does is it's a script that runs on the server, and Roblox games work by there is a server which is hosting the game, and all the players connect to the server using the internet. So if the script runs on the server, it means that every player connected to the server will be affected by the script. Say we change the block color to green, then the players will see the block change to green. If we used a local script, then the script would run on the clients, which is basically the player, and this means that it'll only be the one player that can see the block change to green. This type of script can be useful for if you have a screen GUI, which is a button at the corner of your screen or something, and say that it opened up a shop, then you'd want to use a local script. because if you use the server script, then every single player would see the shop open if you clicked on open shop. So for now we're just going to use a server script, and inside the script there is the most simple code that you could probably write. It is just a function saying print and then some text saying hello world. If we run this game, then in the output hello world will appear. It'll also say server, which means it's running from the server, and it'll say script. If you hover over it, it'll say workspace.floatingcube.script, and if we open up the workspace, then we open up floating cube, then you can see the script. So it says where the script is in the workspace. Now we're just going to stop our game, and we're going to make the script actually do something except print hello world. If we say script, then this script is referring to itself, and it's saying dot parent, and so it's saying script parent, which is floating cube, and then we say dot brick color, which is going to the script's parent, and that's going into the properties of the script's parent. So if we click on it, then it's saying brick color, and then we can change the brick color to brick color dot green. So if we ran this, then the floating cube would turn to a green neon. And there it is, a green neon floating cube. That's great. We didn't actually see the change from blue to green though, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a function in front of this line of code, and we're going to use the function wait, and we're going to say how many seconds we want it to wait for. So I'm just going to type in 8. Scripts work from top to bottom, so that's something to bear in mind when writing them. So say that you wanted to make it wait before it ran a script, then you'd have to have the wait before the script. If we played this now, then it would be blue, and then it would change to green after a few seconds. Yay, it worked. Okay. So, say that I wanted to keep changing this block color, then I'd use a loop. And to use a loop, we go while true do. If we press enter, then Roblox will add an end onto the loop, as it's to help the script out. And we can just highlight the script.parent.brickcolor and press Ctrl X and go into our loop and press Ctrl V. This will just transfer the script into the loop, and we'll also want it to wait a bit before it changes the color each time. So we'll want to add a wait before the script inside the loop, and we're only going to set it to 2 seconds this time. So if we run this, then every 2 seconds the cube will change its color to a random to green, which isn't great because it'll just stay as green. So we'll also need to use random, which is built into Roblox, random, and delete these extra brackets at the end. Okay, so now we've got the script saying every 2 seconds the brick color of the floating cube will change to a random color. So if we run this, then it should work. Okay, it's working, that's good. This tutorial is going to be a bit about how to use Roblox Studio and how to do some very basic building and scripting. I included functions, which was the wait and the print function, loops, which was the while true do function loop, and also some properties of the parts. So if you enjoyed this, then please do subscribe, and I'll also be doing a playlist including events, functions, variables, and loops. So if you want to see those, then please do follow along, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.